and I believe that if you hold certain values, then you need to be a part of the Republican Party. I believe that. And I believe that those of us who hold to those values have got to make sure that the Republican Party stays true to those values. Because I've said I'm ultimately not dedicated to a party, I'm dedicated to the truth. And as long as the Republican Party upholds the principles of truth that I believe in, I will be a faithful, loyal Republican. But Ronald Reagan said, I didn't leave the Democrat Party left me.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to ever leave the Republican Party, but I don't want the Republican Party to leave me either. And if it leaves me, I'm going to leave it. I'm not a career politician. I'm not somebody who comes out of the political world. That's why I'm having, people keep telling me, you got to learn when they ask you a question, don't answer the question that they ask. Answer the question you want to answer. I'm thinking, you ask me a question, I'm used to pretty much just giving you an answer. I mean, I'm a preacher, I tell the truth. And so, you ask me a question, here it is. Don't do that. Finding out, the truth can kind of be an orphan in politics. It doesn't have a whole lot of cachet. So I tell people I'm learning this technique of sort of pivoting, if you will, rather than just sort of, you want the truth, there it is. People are sort of tired of the typical career mindset. And I think they say, well, here's a guy who's been doing something else. And he's coming to serve rather than, okay, this is the next notch in my political belt. I do that, and then I do this, and I do this, and then I do the next thing. And I'm just sort of charting how I get from one spot to another and see how high I can climb. And I think people were looking for that, and they sensed that in me. And that's who I am. That's where I'm coming from. If I didn't believe that our Commonwealth and our country was in deep trouble, I wouldn't be doing it. Now that I've done it for a while, believe me, I really wouldn't be doing it. Getting regulations off the backs of small businesses everywhere I go. Small business people, farmers. I mean, come to me almost in tears about the stuff that they have to go through with their government. I mean, the people whose salaries they pay, who presumably work for us. And they seem to be in the business of making life as hard for us as they possibly can. There's a mindset that sometimes goes with government. And we got to get that mindset changed and get those regulations off the backs of farmers. I had farmers come to me and tell me they were trying to build a pond. They said it took 2 years to get permission from DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality. 2 years to get permission to build a pond on your own property.
Yeah.
And then after they got the permission, then DEQ turned them over to EPA. And EPA said, now we start the process all over again because you got to satisfy us. The jobs they could have created, the people they could have hired, the new product they could have put out, the profits they could have made, the investment in the economy that could have produced, all of that, no, because we got some bureaucrats who decided that they know better than the farmer knows how to put a pond or whether he should be allowed to put a pond on his farm. I mean, this is kind of craziness that is going on. And it's happening at the federal level, but it's also happening at the state level. And I promised small business people that I would be an advocate for them. That I would, if they have a problem, I would go to bat for them. Because we've got to have people in government who understand what you all go through.